D, wait for it, light bulb.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So, Superman Lois is back. This is the penultimate episode before we get next week's season finale. And this was a pretty good episode. We got some action sequences. We got some good old-fashioned acting and everything. Not from all the rest of the crap you see these days, especially when it comes from like the CW. And it was it was a solid episode. I liked it a lot. It was good. I think that they're setting up this good end battle and everything with Allison and or Allie, yeah. No, it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a good time, guys. This one, I thought we got a lot of the one thing that I didn't like that is constantly done a lot with certain things is they take, like, for instance, Superman, he loses his powers, not for good, but he loses them, and I'm all like, I don't know. This trope is kind of like getting a little old and everything, but at the same time, I'm all like, it's fine because this was a good episode. So, as long as the episode is good, I'm fine with all the tropes that they do. That's the thing. Like, people are like, they keep wanting to do like certain tropes that I like you ever notice, like, it's always like the adult, mostly times a man, and then a small child, which is 90% of the time it's a female, and you're all like, and then they've got to save the kid, and you're all like, oh, this trope has been played out and everything. So it's kind of like that, but this was a good episode and was good writing, so therefore I will accept it and everything. Let's get started on this breakdown and everything, because I got a bunch of other shows to watch today. But before I get started on this breakdown, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine usually get pushed to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. Now let's get started on this breakdown. So it starts off where we get these little they show us these places, and go to the DOD, where there's Clark, and he's laying in this bed, and he's just sitting there, and he wakes up, and Lois is like, oh, Clark, and he's like, did we win? He didn't say that, but I was playing. And so they're at home, and they come home, and when they set these phones down, they jiggle and everything, like something's happened, because Allie is she's combining the two worlds, and that little weird, that whole thing is a little interesting to me / weird, but at the same time it's fine. It's not enough to where I'm like upset about it. I'm just, yeah. So they get on there like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I just need to stretch my legs a little bit and everything. And he collapses a little bit, and he's all like, I need to get to the fortress so I can talk to my mother to see what's the matter. And he's like, and they're like, Jordan, can you take him? And he's like, I'm not ready. I can't take him. And they're like, what about, John Henry can take you. So then back here, they're sitting here, and they're trying to figure out something. Shoot, sorry guys, I can't remember what they're talking about here. Oh, they're talking about how does Allie's powers work, because Superman, she sucked out the Superman's powers by touching it, and he's like, anything organic, she sucks the life out of. And then the daughter is all like, yeah, but you didn't have any exposed wires, you didn't have any exposed skin, and she still drained some power out of you. So it's got to be something else. And he's like, we just need to figure it out. Well, Clark comes in, he's like, hey, can you take me to the Fortress of Solitude? I need to talk to my mom. I need to talk to mommy. So back at the Cushing's house, I don't know if they're the Cushings anymore, or if it's, yeah, they're still the Cushings, because they haven't gotten divorced. They're just separated. So she's like, why aren't you ready? And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm just tired. And she's like, this is the face of somebody that's tired. I'm there now. I don't get any sleep. And I'm like, oh, please stop it. So then the little daughter, she's like, mommy, and everything. This child actor is a bad actor. I do not enjoy her when she's on the scene, because she's not good at this job. And they should have hired somebody better, but whatever. Anyways. She's like, what's the matter? And she's like, there's something on the TV. And I'm like, why are you watching TV, kid? Your mom just said we got to go. So Allie's on the TV, and she's like, I will combine the two worlds. And you're all like, okay, whatever. The computer at the Gazette is going crazy, and she's like, we cannot afford a new computer and everything. And so Lois comes in, and she's all like, I can't remember what they talk about here. I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't write down anything, but I mean, I remember for the most part everything except for this. I don't know. But she's like, the computer's going wonky. Oh, she wants to post the story. Now I remember. She wants to post their story as is to get the truth out there. And she's like, don't do it. And she's like, but the computer's going wonky, so she can't. Back at the Fortress of Solitude, but the new one. Mommy Dearest she's like, you have no powers. And he's like, no. And she's like, well, your cells are damaged. And he's like, what does that mean? She's like, they're damaged. They need to recoup, kind of like when you came to Earth for the first time as a child. And he's all like, I didn't gain my powers until I was 4 years old. And they're like, we don't have that kind of time. And she's like, you could speed up your powers, getting your powers. And then as she's telling him how, which I'm all like, oh, of course. She goes all wonky because the technology and everything, and she collapses or whatnot, like not the figure, but the hologram, like just and everything. But she tells him, she's like, there's a way to do it, but it'll be immensely painful. And it's kind of like when Tal Rowe in season 1, when his dad was like training him and that little beam came down, and he was like, Dad, it hurts, stop. And he's like, I didn't know you were weak and everything. He's like, I can take it, give it to me, Dad, and everything. It's kind of, I think that's what it's going to be. So then he's all like, hey, Clark, something's going on out here. So they go outside, and they're all looking up in the sky, and there's the red sun, the big square sun and everything. It's a lot goofier now that I see it in live act. Except I thought their red sun was circular, but I mean, I could be wrong. Plus I thought it was a blue sun. Maybe I'm incorrect. But I thought it was blue. It was a blue sun. Maybe I'm just being wonky. Who knows? Anyways. So then he comes by, and she's all like, they're like, what is the DOD going to do? And basically they're like, they're going to lie. They don't want to stir panic and everything. So they're like, we need to figure out how to stop Allie and everything. And so they figure out that, she's like, the mayor's going to call a meeting, or something like that. I can't remember what she gets on her phone about, but anyways, so he's basically like, I have no powers and everything, and I can't get onto it. And they're like, me and my daughter are going to fly up to the sun to get some better readings of it, so we can understand really what's happening and how fast it's going to happen and everything. So they're sitting here talking, and I can't remember what they say right here. Back at the diner, they're all watching the news, and the DOD says something about how it's like a big shard of ice in the sky or some crap like that. And they're all like, this is nonsense. They're like, why would they lie and everything? And I'm like, and she's all like, hey, how you doing? But they're like, Mayor, what's going on? And she's like, I have no idea, but I promise as soon as I know, I will let you guys know. So these two fly up to the sun, and they're getting readings and everything. And they're like, they're trying to figure out how long they have before it happens. So he's, what does he say here? Sorry. So she goes over to the mayor's office, and she sits down with Lana, and she's like, Lana, listen, the DOD is lying. This is the other world is combining with ours. And everything. And she's all like, I can't remember exactly every word they say, but then Clark's sitting here, and he's trying to get his powers back. He's trying to absorb whatever sunshine he can, because that red sun is not helping things out. And he's listening for him. Like, he's all like listening for him, and he's like, hey, what's going down? And he's like, his dad's heartbeats, regular kind of thing. And he's like, yeah, I can't do anything. He's like, hey, Dad. And he's like, see, he can't hear me. And then all of a sudden you hear, and he's like, oh, crap, run. So he runs over, grabs Dad. And then evil Lana shows up, because remember, Allie told her to kill her last episode. Sorry. And she's like, I'm gonna get this job done. Girls get it done and everything. And so she slams him up against the truck, and she's going to do all ice eyes and everything. But then we get these two, they hop in, and they're all like, and everything, all Iron Man like. And so she flies off, and they're like, we saved you and everything. So then they're all trying to figure out what to do. So like, we need to go to the point where Allie is connecting these two worlds, and that's the in between. And he's like, that's what we'll go do that because we need to figure out how she's doing it and how to stop her. So he's like, we're gonna go. So then he goes over. So then Alex goes over to Alex. I always forget this character's name. It's Alex. Kyle. It's Kyle. Alex is the actor. I have the worst time with names. You should see me in real life. I'm not even joking. Like I've called coworkers the wrong name and they just go with it. Why do people do that? I just want to like a small tangent. When I'm at work, sometimes I call people like I called this guy. His name was Nate, and I called him Josh for like a year, and he never corrected me ever, not once. I'm like, hey Josh, and everything. And then later on, they're like, people are like, why do you call him Josh? I was like, well, that's his name. And they're like, his name is Nate. And I was like, wait, what? And I'm all like, why does nobody correct me when I call them if somebody said my name is Matt, and if they were like, hey John, I'd be like, it's Matt. That's my name and everything. It's so funny. But anyway, so Kyle goes to visit Lana, and she's basically like, I know what's really happening. And she's all like, should I tell everybody or should I keep it to myself so that way, we, keep some stability in this town kind of thing. And he's basically like, listen, I can't tell you what to do, but you're smart and you'll figure it out. And whatever you decide, it'll be the right decision because you usually make the right decision. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he says. So in the back of the house, Lana, she's like, oh, boys, everything. She's like, he's all like, I got my butt kicked. And he's like, Lois, I can't do anything. And she's all like, listen to me. Yes, you can. She's like, the world needs Superman. Even if you don't have your powers, that we need Superman. And he's like, you're right, Lois. You're right. Everything. So I'm back at the meeting. She's all like, everybody, I want to tell you the truth. The DOD is lying. There is another world and it's starting to combine with ours. And they're all like, you're such a liar, Lana. You brought us here to lie to us and tell us a fake story. And I'm like, why would she do that? That's so weird, you guys. There's a big ice chunk. There's a big ice cube, a red ice cube in the sky. And the mayor is going to bring you together to tell you a fake story. What? You guys are like weird. These are not adults in the room, by the way. And the former mayor is all like, this is political nonsense. They're just doing this for political gain. And you're like, what? Like, that's the part where I'm just like, if this happened in real life and I was there, I'd be like, you're freaking mental, dude. What? Like, I would just like roll my eyes and just like shake my head like this the whole time. I'd be like, listen, fat man, you're being stupid. Like, it's so stupid. And I didn't get a shot of this, but I wish I had. Oh, and he stands up and he defends his wife, which I get and everything. And then I get straight, and everybody's laughing like it's like there's somebody held up a laugh sign, and they're like, ah, boo, and everything. But anyways, so and then Lois comes in. She's like, it's true. Now I didn't get it, but at this point, his like face like wiggles, like wiggle, like and everything, but like it stays there, but like it's like and everything. And I was like, ooh, what's happening there? And so she's like, listen, I have to tell you, it's true. Everything he's saying is true. And Superman shows up. She's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, yeah, my parents, they've been working on this for weeks. And she's like, you knew about this? And he's like, yeah. Everything, and he gets out of the powers thing for a hot minute later on, and I'll tell you that when we get to it. But he's like, listen, everything Lana has said is true, but I want you to look at this woman. She looks pissed, even though he's telling her stuff. This one's all like, and this one, eyebrows raised, all like, tell me, Superman. This one's all like, Superman, I don't believe you. Z-snap, Superman. Anyway, so that's a Karen right there if I ever saw one. Anyways, so he's all like, we need to come together and we need to listen to Lana because she's a good leader. Sorry, my eyes. And she just wants the best for us, kind of thing. And and then Lana's all like, hey guys, you need to go to your homes, stay with the people you love right now, because that's really what matters. But if you see yourself, or get as far away as possible, I'm like, yeah, run hardcore. And then they're like, I forgot to say, because they realize when you merge the one that from this planet apparently dies because it looks like the alley from the square, the Bizarro planet. That's the one that's taken control of the whole body and everything. It'll be interesting how they explain it because they really haven't explained it. I really wish they would do that, but it's fine. So she's like, and if any of your family members are acting weird, just, question that kind of thing. So then back at the workshop, they're spraying, she's spraying John Henry's suit with the X kryptonite spray because she's invented it and everything. Which I just want you to know, I really like her yellow jacket. I bought one for my daughter, even though it's way too big for her. But later on in life, when she's a teenager, she'll have it. It's super cute. Bought off Etsy, cost me a fortune. Anyways, but I also bought myself one, but not that one. It's yellow. Anyways, okay. So so he's all like, she's like, your suit's good to go, and he's all like, activate protocol. Daughter can't go with me. And it's like, and everything. He's like, and she's like, you shut me out. And he's like, only for a small period of time. It's enough time for me to get into the vortex and stop Allie by myself because you are not going with me, little girl. And she's all like, Dad, don't shut me out. I'm here too, and everything. I like these characters. I'm just, teenage girls. I'm gonna have one of those soon. No, hopefully not too soon. But she's all like, she's like, I can help. And he's like, and you can help, just not with me because it's really freaking dangerous. And if I die, I don't want you to be there with me. I want you to be, safe here to help protect the peoples. So then he suits up and goes off. And so she's just basically sitting here waiting for the timer on her suit to go out so she can use it. And to watch her dad, because he's going to kick some butt. She's like, hey, you want to come over to the house and, be with us during this time? Because if we're going to melt into another one of us, I would prefer if we were all together, if you're cool with that. And he's like, yeah, of course. She's like, bye, baby bunny. And everything's like, bye, mommy. And I'm like, oh, you're a horrible actress, little girl. Bye. And she goes back to school. Well, evil Lana shows up along with evil Jonathan. She broke him out and everything. He takes a huff of the kryptonite spray, like a little druggy. And then John Henry is flying through the vortex, don't go into the light, Carol Ann. Although he needs to go into the light. And he's in the middle. He's like, I'm in between. He's like, do you see Allie? And he sees Allie and everything. And he's like, I'm going towards Allie. I'm going to stop her. I don't know why I'm doing so maybe because of the Carol Ann accent. So she's all like, so you knew about your parents' story. Is that the secret you had? He's like, that's part of it. She's like, why didn't you just tell me? And he's like, it wasn't my story to tell, And that's the thing. Everybody's all like, oh, you need to tell me your every deepest, darkest secret. No, I don't. And Sarah, you don't know what's going on. So you need to back off, honeybee. That's the thing. I hate when people are in shows are all like, you should have told me your secret. No, they didn't have to. That's none of your business. I don't care if he's your boyfriend. You don't need to know every single detail about him. Women, am I right? Anyways, so Lana comes in. She's like, hey, we need to go. And then evil Lana shows up and she's all like, oh my God. And he's like, run. And she's like, wait, Jonathan, what are you going to? He's like, run. And he gets the glowy eyes and everything. She's all like, oh shit. And everything. So then they run and he's all like, it's like, don't touch my woman. And so they fight. And then Jonathan comes in and he's all like, and I thought I would hate this look on this actor, but he actually looks pretty good. Yeah, he looks adorable. Look at that little face and everything with those blue eyes and blonde hair. I just want to squeeze his cheeks off. Anyways, so he's like, you don't have to do this. You don't. And he's like, yeah, I do. He's like, Allie's going to combine the worlds and we're going to be better. Well, except for you, because you're dead. He's like, maybe you could have made my dad better and everything. Which was harsh. It was kind of harsh. I'm like, man, like my dad, my dad was present, like as in he was there, but I don't hate my dad as much as you hate your dad, but my dad wasn't a celebrity. So I love my dad, just so you know. Anyways, so then back in the in between, so like, can you see her? And he's like, yeah, I see her. she's like, yeah, get ready. And he's like, target locked and everything. And so he gets the little missile out and he's she's like, you got it. He's like, yeah, dude, Top Gun style and everything. But then she sucks in all this stuff, and then she's all like, and everything. And and then he's all like, oh, and he's like floating through the in between, which I'm like, how big is this in between? Like, I mean, come on. So, but anyways, she's like, Dad, lost signal. What? And then so back at the thing, he tries to pull a gun and he's like, oh, and everything. He's like, yeah, it's too slow, Papa Daddy, and everything, or Papa Pops, whatever he calls him. He's like, I'm gonna kill you now. And then this guy, he's getting his butt kicked by a girl. But finally, he's just like, fist in the ground, and then he starts kicking her butt. And then they blast into here. He's like, what? And then he goes, he's on top of her, the bad boy he is, and she goes to do the ice thing, the ice laser beams, and he turns her head and hits Bizarro Jonathan, knocks him down. He's like, Dad, are you okay? Connection still lost, but the timer's out, so she gets her suit on. And then they're on everything, like doing it, Iceman Cyclops style, and it blasts and everything, and they're like, and then she comes in and they just start beating the crap out of him. And she's like, no. I love Elizabeth Tudyk. Her acting is very good. She does very good screams, like, no, Superman, Clark, Jordan, my babies. Anyways, so they're beating him up and everything. And then he's about to laser beam him. And she shows up and she takes him down. I just want to say right now that she does this little sweep and then she comes down and smashes, but she is not smashing his head. Like that's beside his head. That anybody with eyes can see fake. So anyways, and then she does this little move, which I like. She's like, Mjorn, go, and everything. And so she moves, but then Jonathan grabs it and he smashes her in the face. And he's like, yeah, price is wrong, bitch. And then so they take them into custody again. And he's all like, we need to stop. We need to stop out. And he's like, what are you two going to do? And he's like, well, I'm going to do what Lana said. We're just going to go home and spend time with the family while we try to figure this thing out, kind of thing. She's like, come with us. And he's like, no, there's still work to be done. We still may have some tricks up our hat or sleeve or whatever it is. So back at the house, she's crying and she's like upset, obviously, and with good reason. She's all like, I didn't want to live. You guys let us live here and I didn't want to live here and I hated it. And we lived by ourselves in that shack garage. And she's like, and now I'm back here. And she's like, listen, you are always welcome here, no matter what. And then they hug and like the thing is, like, that's her mom in another world, which is like so crazy. I wonder what happened to that world. Like, did the Kryptonians just take over, kind of thing? I wish they would go back there and see what happened, but we won't. Anyways. So then in between, he's still knocked out and everything. So then back at the Cushing's house, she's like, Jordan has powers. You knew. She's like, yeah, I knew, and everything. She's like, you didn't tell me. I broke up with him. Mom, you should have told me. And then she runs into the house and she's like, oh, and then Kyle and the little girl, they go out to the garage and she's like, you should have told me, yada, yada, yada. And she's like, listen, she's like, now that you know that secret, it's bad. You have to promise me you're not going to tell anybody that you know that Jonathan has powers. And so everything starts going really, really wonky now. Like, it starts getting all Bizarro worldy where everything's backwards, which Bizarro world sucks. Can I just say that? They've got these, like, I didn't get a good screenshot of it, but remember the old Macs? These old Macs were like, they had the big bubble butts and everything, which, who loves a big ass and everything. But at the same time, big ass computers are not fun. Because you're destined to be like 4 times bigger than it is. And she's all like, Mom, she's like, where's your dad? And she's like, I don't know, and everything. I'm like, of course you don't, because you're stupid, because you're a little kid. And they're all like, and this mug turns from a cylinder to a square. And so it's all like, it does this little thing where it goes back and forth and everything, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. And so this stuff starts changing. She's like, what happened to our house? He's like, this isn't our house. This is our house in the other world. And we get this cool shot. This is a very cool shot. You know, this square planet thing, I bet you flat earthers are like freaking out with this. They're like, oh my God, the Earth's not flat, it's square. I bet you they are because they're crazy. And then it shows her and she's all like, yeah, I'm pulling them together, feed me these power and everything. And she's all, you know, looking all, you know, dark phoenixy, but with, you know, blue instead of whatever. Anyways, and that's where the episode ends. And like I said before, it was a good episode. I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. This show is good. I just can't wait until next week for the season finale. And then we have to wait a little bit of time to see, you know, the season 3, which has been confirmed. I can't wait for it because it's this show is really, really good. I really enjoy this show. Everybody's doing a top-notch job. I really think that the writers are doing the only thing I have to say about it is for next season, don't make the villain like they did these first 2 seasons. Like we got Tal-Rho, which is very much a Kryptonian and everything. And then we got Allie, who is very much Kryptonian-like powers. Like, yes, she's siphoning off the powers from you know, other superheroes and stuff, but she's got like super strength, like she's flying around and stuff and everything. And I don't want that for season 3. But like I said, this season so far, this penultimate episode was good. I can't wait till next season or till next episode. I have a feeling they're going to end it strong. And I hope that John Henry isn't gone for like ever after this season, because even though I do like his daughter, I really like John Henry, that character, around. So I really want him to stick around, and I hope they don't get rid of it. So that is my breakdown and review of episode 14, the penultimate episode of Superman and Lois. I keep saying the penultimate episode. Maybe I like that word, penultimate. But tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? You know, what was your favorite part? You know, are you like me and you're like, hey, with as far as the superpower, the villain goes, please no more Kryptonian like power people. Or do you like it? Do you think it's good and you think it's awesome and keep going, keep doing it, girl, and everything? Yeah. Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave. Oh, tell me what you think. What are they going to do with all these Bizarro people on their planet? Are they going to send them back? Are they going to keep them? What's going on here? And what happens to Bizarro World after we're all done, said and done? Is it ever going to come back, kind of thing? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next Superman and Lois breakdown and review. You guys have a good week. Bye.